Hey there, everybody. Good evening and welcome to our live stream as Tomas Hertl makes his debut as a Vegas Golden Knight against the division leading Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver still hoping to clinch the Pacific Division, although the Oilers have slowly crept up to them with some of those games in hand. Meanwhile, the Knights currently kind of jockeying for either third in the division or one of those two wild card spots, the Predators being one of those other teams. Neither team has clinched a spot just yet, but they're on the precipice of doing so. So, good evening. It's wonderful to have you guys here. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be around for the entire game, but I just want to see how Tomas Hertl looks out there. He's going to be playing on the wing to start this game, I believe, with Chandler Stevenson at center and Michael Amadio as well. Oh, Nick, there you are. And did you see, you are the reason why I decided to go live for this game. The Wild would be eliminated. Sure, that would make sense. I know the Blues are still kind of in this one too. Hertl gives me a reason to. The way I say it, I hope that every Golden Knights goal comes off of the stick of Tomas Hertl, but we need to honor his time in San Jose properly. Even though I have a Minnesota Wild glass, but yes, in the spirit of things, as a pretty much lifelong Sharks fan, we need to pour some out for our boy Hertl. So, Tommy, I still love you. May you have wonderful games in Vegas, and I'll be around to watch some of them. Cheers. It'll hurt so badly, Sahil. Yeah, man, it's gonna look a little weird out there, but look, I understand. You know, he wanted out, and I wish him luck. You know. So anyway, going to be a hell of a postseason. Yeah, Ethan, we got the Islanders hanging on to third place in the Metropolitan Division, but man, things are turning around on a dime right now as we have a logjam of teams in the Eastern Conference battling for two playoff spots, for third in the Metro and also for the second wild card. And then, of course, as I was mentioning earlier, we don't know who's going to play whom in the Western Conference. The only thing I think that we can say looks pretty set in stone right now, I think, is that the Avalanche will probably battle the Jets the way things stand right now. Avalanche and Jets in the first round. Lipton Hard Iced Tea Peach. I'm drinking a fairly tart huckleberry cider. Normally, I'm used to something like this being a little bit sweeter, but hey, it's a little. Never mind. I won't say that. But anyway, it is a log jam. Yes, it is a very, very hefty jamming of logs. He wanted to be on a good team. Exactly, right? Because Hertl, how many prime years does Hertl have? If you even want to say that, right? He's 30 years old. Avs versus Jets would be a good matchup. I don't even know how those have gone so far. Score prediction tonight. I'm gonna damn, because Vancouver has to be feeling a little bit of a fire under their butts for how the Oilers have caught up to them. I mean, you look at those games in hand that Edmonton had. They're taking advantage of that, and they're playing at home. I think that the Knights are going to give the Canucks fits, but I'm going to say that Vancouver wins by a narrow margin. I say they come out on top in overtime, 2-1. We had another game go into overtime today that concluded just a moment ago. The Toronto Maple Leafs keep things rolling. They're not that far behind the Florida Panthers if they want to get home ice over the Cats in the first round. 5-3 Vegas. Okay, so we're on opposite sides here. You're thinking that there's going to be more scoring. Knights want to play Vancouver over Dallas or Edmonton. Yeah, Dean was also saying, I think the same thing. I'm like, the Knights have the Oilers number, though. That's why I'm a little surprised to see that, because I would think that you would want that matchup, and you don't even mind starting on the road. So 5-3 Canucks says Lobster Boy. 4-3 Vancouver. Okay, so I'm coming in on the low end of things. Actually, we had a fairly low scoring game, just 3-2 between Toronto and the Penguins. And of course, Matthews scoring his 65th of the year. So he gets closer to that 70 mark. He actually ties Alex Ovechkin for the most goals in a season in the last 30 years, or the second most. I think only Mario Lemieux, who probably did it, at the 30 years ago exactly, something like that. He had 70 goals. There's Riley. Hey, thanks for jumping in here, man. Hope you're getting excited for the playoffs and to see Tomas Hertl. Dan breathing a bit of a sigh of relief as the Red Wings still technically cling to that second wild card with the Penguins, Capitals, Flyers all in the mix there. And of course, the Islanders, too, depending on how you see things, because they're third right now in the Metro, but by a slim margin. Mm. You were at round 2, game 5. Oh, man, I miss going to playoff games. That's a hell of an experience, isn't it? WrestleMania was frustrating. Tom Grossi was at WrestleMania, for anybody who keeps up to date with one of the leading football content creators on YouTube. I don't know why I didn't just pour this whole thing. This is just a cider, but tomorrow is a must. Oh yeah, Wings and Capitals. And what's cool about this playoff race is that you're going to see these teams battle each other out, like Pittsburgh and Washington. I think. No, did they play each other again? I can't remember, but like Philly has games against the Penguins or against the Islanders. I don't know. It's an interesting intermingling between those teams. That's what I'm trying to say. Fingers crossed the Wings beat the Penguins on Thursday. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. 5-2 Golden Knights, says Liana. I'd like a couple of those to come off of Tomas Hertl's stick. I'd be happy to see that. I really will be happy to see that. But yeah, I'm hoping and praying, Dan. Even though like I've always wanted to see Ovechkin have a shot at a second Stanley Cup, but it's pretty unrealistic at this point. So I would say that among the teams remaining, Ethan, earmuffs if you're around, I would like to see the Flyers get back in. Just a team that was not expected to be anywhere near the playoff picture this year. And I would like to see the Red Wings get in because, the Red Wings they've just been maybe the best up until the late 2010s. I mean, they were the best team of my lifetime, I would say, probably. At least from what I can remember as a kid. And it's just so awful not to see the Red Wings in the playoffs. So, although I would love it, absolutely love it if they moved back to the Western Conference, but that's probably not happening unless we undergo a crazy realignment. We've got actually Artur's Seelovs in goal. Wow, a 930 save percentage and a 1.5 goals against average. Those are not numbers to scoff at, but he's played like barely any games. Anyway, I'm not doing play-by-play for this one. I'm saving that maybe for the playoffs. But yeah, we'll be reacting to what happens tonight. And again, I'm not entirely sure if I'll stay around for the whole time, but I'm happy to kind of catch up with you guys because I haven't been on here in a couple of weeks. 5-4 Vegas. Okay, hey, that sounds like an exciting game. So I'm fully on board with that. Man, Golden Knights, man, that's going to be an interesting offseason. I'm just looking at Marcia, so he'll be an unrestricted free agent, and he's going to be over the 40 goal mark, right? How many goals does Marchie have? He has 41 already. Incredible, man. For a 33-year-old. So yeah, we're underway here in Vancouver. Yeah, Logan Thompson is in goal. Hertl, Mantha, and Hanifin. Oh, boy. Yeah, they had... Oh, there's a chance off a turnover. Was that Joshua out there? It looks like Vancouver's got their... what would that be? No, actually, Miller's playing... Joshua's playing with Miller, huh? Interesting. One guy I haven't really followed or, haven't heard much about is Lindholm. So Garland playing with Miller and Joshua. That's an interesting combo. Vegas has 9 UFAs. Yeah, and they got a couple of big ones too, right? Will Matthews get to 70? I'm going to say he does. I like how Toronto finishes their, they're playing for something. The chance of having home ice in the second round. So I'm going to say, yeah. Oh, there's Hertl. Had a little trouble there at center ice. But here he is on the wing. Oh, trying to deke around Hronek. A couple of checks going at it. Yeah, Marchessault will be a UFA. And he's been making only like 5 or 5.5 million. Oh, deflection in front. And Thompson says no. Yeah, so I think that Marcia, so even though he's 33, I still think that he'll be looking for. I could see him on like a 4 by 7. I would say 4 years at 7 million. I could see a team, paying that much for him. But we're gonna get a penalty, I think, to the Knights here, or maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Hmm. Yeah, Vancouver does look good so far. Yeah, Riley. Don't forget the Sharks actually will have a lot of salary cap space. And it's not that they're trying to make the playoffs, but they want to bring in, they want to make sure that they have, you know, something that will help sell some tickets. So I wouldn't say that that's entirely impossible. Maybe it is, but there will be teams who look for him. So yeah, actually, the Knights are on the power play, ranked 21st in the league. 19th on the kill are the Canucks, and that's a good improvement for them because they had been in the crapper really for a couple years there. Oh, a shot! Michael, he scores that she loves. Sounds like a Lord of the Rings character. Um, just couldn't quite squeeze. I guess that went through I don't know, 7 hole or whatever they call it, where the glove is. But Eichel's on the board and it's 1-0. And Vegas, we talked about this, man. It's 48. 48 can score all your goals. But yeah, let's give Cortana a goal treat. Here, actually, let's give her multiple treats. Have a great night. All right, we'll catch you later, man. 4 a.m. Ooh, fun times. I'll update the scoreboard here. A power play goal for Jack Eichel. And I have a feeling that's not the last one we're going to see for the team this year. 1-0. All right, so I said 2-1 Vancouver in overtime. Maybe I didn't know that that Demko wasn't playing. All right, here we go. Over the shoulder. Ready? No look. Ready? Here we go. Whoop. Look at that, Cortana. What a gal. Micro, hey, man. Thanks for hopping in, man. I'll have to keep an eye on Hertl for us here. Now the Mikheyev line out there with Bluger. So yeah, they have. I mean, I haven't watched the Canucks in like, oh boy, I haven't watched them since they were absolutely just firing on all cylinders. So I'm not used to seeing these lines as is. I wonder how Lindholm's been. He's been pretty quiet for them. First shot of the game, yeah, right. Jeez. Oh, turnover. Maybe a chance for Vancouver here. High slot shot, and Thompson the save off the rebound, and whoever that was couldn't get a good stick on it. Oh, Lindholm's injured. Okay, that's probably why I haven't heard a damn thing. All right, night cycling. Who will the Canucks play in round one? Matt, what's up, man? Purdue or UConn? I mean, like, I'd be cool if Purdue won because I can't remember the last time they ever won. But I mean, I've always kind of had a soft spot for UConn. For when they beat Duke in the final back in '99. As a Carolina fan, I appreciated that very much. And also, I was a fan of the Kevin Ollie years when with Kemba Walker. They were, I think, what, an 8th seed, and they won the tournament. So much love to UConn for giving me some great memories. Yeah, I live in Idaho. Who will the Canucks play in round one? Knights or Predators? I mean, those teams are neck and neck right now. Don't forget, the Canucks could still play the LA Kings. And actually, don't count this out too, Micro. They're really not that far ahead of the Oilers now. Edmonton has kind of caught up because they had games in hand. They could still do it. I mean, Edmonton right now is 3 points back, and they have a game in hand. So don't count them out entirely, especially. Oh, I'm just watching the Vegas cycle there. Watching the Final Four. UConn's winning against Purdue at halftime. Okay. Uh, LT got an assist. Oh, did he really? That's cool. They're the closer team. You're a Villanova fan. Oh, Mike dropping the 5 here. Thanks, man. And actually, Mike, this is a testimony, man. If you ever get the chance to meet this guy in person, he's a great dude. Well, thanks, bro. So Mike here, fortunately, lives uh, close enough to Maryland. So I was over at Maryland hanging out with Jaws from Flying Fluffy Hockey. We did a live stream on his channel, had a lot of fun, got kind of tipsy with Kyle and ate a bunch of pizza, which is a great time. And Mike here drove an hour and a half to meet me the next day before I drove back to the airport and flew back to the West Coast. So thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, man. It was awesome chatting with you. You have a crazy vice of a handshake, but dude, thank you. Um, next time I gotta buy though. All right, Cortana here. Catch this one for Mike. Okay, no luck. Here we go. Ready? Whoop. Okay, landed right next to you, but close enough. Thank you, man. Yeah. One of the rare times I've met any of our viewers, and it's cool to say that Mike's really the first viewer that I've met on the East Coast who's not a creator like Jaws is. So yeah, this year's Sharks team will be worse than the Avalanche. Yeah, you're right, man. Um, and thankfully the Blackhawks played pretty well over the last couple of weeks. So shots, by the way, Vegas. Yeah, they're just stuck on one shot. You know, Vancouver's coming fairly hard. Lafferty. And now the Vegas defense trying to clean up the mess here in their own zone. Good pressure from Vancouver, though. And now they're going to finally get a clear here. Braden McNabb. Yeah, Braden McNabb's been there since day one, man. Former LA King. And, you know, he's had a good career, a very good career with them, I would say. Blackhawks are going to get celebrating. As long as he's not going to the Ducks. And Colasar able to clear that out. Philly's starting the year under 500. What's new? At least they're not the Mets. Of course, my Giants had to get swept by the Frogers. Oh, please no, not Chicago. Yeah, I just don't want to see it just in the sense that like they got Bedard last year. Hey, let somebody else get the first overall pick. And Anaheim hasn't had a first overall pick before, have they? I don't think they have. No, they haven't. I'm pretty sure they haven't. Vancouver's never had the number one pick. And of course, the Sharks have never had the number one pick. Weird to think that as a Minnesota fan, I have hope for the Wolves and Twins. Yeah, especially for the Wolves. I know the Twins have had kind of a rough start to the year, but I mean, we're only a few games in, right? Extend Jefferson Kaprizov. Yeah. Oh, and another goal here. Jack Eichel on the board once again to make it 2-0. As I saw just white jersey swarming the net there. And it's already 2-0 Vegas. So my score prediction's already wrong. How about that? All right. All right, Cortana. How about another goal treat, huh? But yeah, I don't think that Eichel's playoff performance was talked about enough. I know that obviously Marchessault was a clutch scorer, and I mean I think it's fair that he won a Conn Smythe, but really, Eichel was outstanding, and he was throwing his body out there too. I didn't know he could do that. All right, here we go. No look past to Cortana. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Look at that. Like clockwork, baby. How do you watch for Eichel? Well, the Hertl line is out there now. Hertl, can he keep the zone? Yep, he funnels it down to his teammate. Now here he is, top of the circle, and good defensive pressure by the Canucks, and Whitecloud's going to leave the zone here. Play down to the competition. Well, so far, I mean, you're just coming in with the counter punch. Here's Hertl. Oh, feeds it over to Whitecloud behind the net. Dare I say, if the Canucks are going to lose this game, I want to see Hertl score right now. He's hanging behind the net. Gets body position on Hronik. Ooh, Hronik giving him a couple of shoves. My feed's ahead. Yeah, normally it's behind, but somehow this year I've been ahead a lot more. Hey, John, what's going on, man? Hey, Tampa. They are looking scary. I I personally would kind of like to see Kucherov win the Hart. Then again, I don't know if he'll be a finalist, but if somehow he gets his team into the playoffs, I think Crosby should be at like top 5 or top 6 in MVP voting. Uh, is there a scenario where the Sharks don't lose Pavs in 2019? Probably not. I would have to say that you'd have to have different management in play, but no. Pavelski was going to get that money. You know, no income tax in Texas, right? So like, it was a no brainer for him. Sergachev skating in non-contact. Yeah, I was very happy to see that because man, he had a horrible injury earlier this year, and I didn't even think he'd be doing that right now. I thought he'd be skating in a non-contact jersey as we got into like the conference final or something like that. Ooh, big hit there. Carson Soucy and Colasar. That's a lot of beef. That's a lot of beef, my friends. Um, yeah, Vegas 2 shots on 2 or 2 goals on 2 shots. Huh. And we're gonna get a what is that? High sticking or cross check? Well, anyway, the Canucks will get a power play when we come back from the commercial break. Where's the beef? So, yeah, commercial break. Hmm. What other playoff matchups do you guys want to see? Uh, um, yeah, I'm with you there, Harvey. I mean, Vikings do whatever they have to do to get a franchise quarterback. You know, you're at Arby's right now. There's the beef, apparently. I thought that wasn't where's the beef? Wasn't that Wendy's? Or am I just totally not right? I think that campaign happened probably even before I was born. Dallas has been overrated. They keep losing to good teams. Uh oh, and then yeah, they've been dishing out. That's a really good point. I remember I was at the airport on Wednesday and I saw some hockey in the distance on a big screen, and I walked over there and and the Stars had just made it 5-0 against Edmonton, and I'm like, what? And then yeah, they stuck it to the Avs last night in Colorado. So I hear you. I'm still I don't know how Ottinger's been over the last I don't know 12, 15 games. You'd have to let me know, but he wasn't having a great season. But I mean, I love what Dallas is doing with like Johnston stepping in, Stankoven, Haskinen, still only 24 years old. Like I love him a bunch. But I don't know. There's the old Peter DeBoer, right? He only gets his team so far, right? He got the Knights to the conference final. He got the Sharks and Devils to the final, but he couldn't close. So I'm not sure how much I believe in Dallas, but if they win a Stanley Cup before Joe Pavelski retires, I'm super happy. But I think they're going to have some other chances to do it. Uh, they'll have some good teams in the future with some of their weapons out there. Oh, also a guy, Connor Roulette too in their prospect pool. The dude just tore it up this year in the WHL. It was one of the I don't know probably top 20 scorers. No, maybe even better than that. Got to see him a few times this year. Whoop! Oh, almost there. Garland. Kind of a sleeper team compared to the Oilers and the Knights. Oh, I almost think the Knights are coming in as a sleeper team. All right, Canucks on the power play. Oh, nice block in front there. Dallas can roll 4. Yeah. Is Landeskog skating? I I thought I heard about that quite a while back, but I haven't heard anything new recently. But Avs aren't a good team. I know that there's. It's been like the last week has been kind of rough on them, but they were rattling off dubs. I still think that they have something in them. I do. I actually picked them to win it all this year, but I don't know. In the West, I don't think that there is one clear favorite. I mean, you could say the same thing about the East as well. A lot of people are kind of dismissing the Canucks. So, and a score off the rebound there. That's Connor Garland, and now it's 2-1 Knights on the power play tally from Connor Garland. How's that not goalie interference? Well, let's take a look at this again. He's parked in front of the net. Uh, well, did he push his stick? No, I think Thompson was already falling back unless Garland initiated contact that made him fall back. I'm not going to know from this angle because that's head on, but not from behind the net. Let's see here. Are we going to get a review, a challenge, or anything like that? Nope. Goal stands. Still worried about the goaltending. And he'll actually falling back to earth a little bit. You'd like to see in the future is Minnesota and Buffalo. Oh yeah, that's a great one, man. Yeah, you're spot on. Minnesota and Buffalo, right? A couple of deprived sports cities there. Austin Matthews, micro saying, is the ninth player in the over 100-year history of the NHL to have multi 60 goal seasons. Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, I would like to see Ovechkin break the record, break Gretzky's record of 894 career goals. But I mean, it's realistic, especially with how scoring has risen, over the last few years, that Austin Matthews, he very well could, I don't know, be the first player to 900 goals, or I mean, he might flirt with that. He's got what? He's got about 350 right now, right? Ah, ooh. So yeah, we're at a commercial break right now. Mm. By the way, we're all right. 56% of people had the Canucks winning this game. Okay, okay then. He's got 65. If he gets 70, you'd be shocked. I think he's gonna do it. I do, because he wants it, and I know that the Leafs are playing for something. Still, yeah, sure they might play Florida, but will they have home ice or will Florida? Right. Best looking NFL logo. Good question. Best looking NFL logo. Oh gee. Raiders would be up there. The Raiders have to be up there. Rick, hey, thanks for jumping in here. Well, VGK, I would have to say we can at least agree that the Commanders logo isn't their best. How is Idaho this evening? Did we get any showers? I don't know because I closed my blinds here. But yeah, we actually had somewhat clear skies. That doesn't happen very often until we get into July and August. Seahawks and Ravens. I would say the Seahawks have a very good logo. I like that one quite a bit. I'm a Vikings fan. I do like our logo. Raiders logo would be up there. Yeah, yeah, I think so. All right. Well, here. Oh, maybe a breakaway from a cave, or at least he was able to eliminate an icing. Trying to keep this alive in the zone. Oh, maybe a chance the other way. Mantha, that's right. A one timer and a save by Shilovs. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong, but looks like Dorofeev is going to get penalized here. Vikings, yeah. What's harder, 70 goals or 100 assists? McDavid is one away from 100. It's happened only three players, and Gretzky has done it 11 times. I mean, I would initially say 70 goals just because with assists, you can get secondary assists and still be kind of removed from that moment where the goal is really created. So I would say probably 70 goals. At least I would. That's kind of my reaction there. Get our franchise QB with the number 2 pick. Oh, so you're a Washington fan? Yeah, good luck to you guys. It's been a while, man. It's been a long time since they were really, a contender. Pretty much, I was like a baby or a toddler when they were. I want the Wild to win the draft lottery. Oh, you can win it on Tankathon. All right, so another Canucks power play. That's how they got their one goal with Connor Garland in front of the net. Here comes Quinn Hughes. He shoots, and that goes out of play. Quinn Hughes, is he going to win the Norris Trophy? You know who shouldn't discount from at least being a finalist is Victor Hedman. He's been tearing it up this year. I mean, besides Kucherov, it's been a lot of Hedman. Yeah. But yeah. Yep. Hoping my Vikings can get a franchise QB. Pedersen and slapped around the net. Here's JT. Back passes it to Quinn. Works it over. Besser. He's had a good season too, which I like to see. A one timer and a bunch of deflections there. Still alive in the zone. Out to the dot, back to the point. Husey. The dot, a one timer. And a good save there with the pad by Thompson. Straight out of Thompson. Am I happy Cousins is gone? Yeah, I am. I mean, just the price tag was too high. And we just kind of hit, it's like with him, he would have to have like perfect pass protection to really be, you know, one of the great quarterbacks in the NFL, and that's just not going to happen. So I'm fine with him, man. But I mean, like a lot of people are like poo pooing on him, and I'm like, look, dude, he was who he was. A one timer, and not getting good at wood on that shot was Pedersen, but he's still got it. Flutters it over to Hughes. Yeah, Cousins was fine, but I mean, like, too many things have to go right for him to be really good. Vesser moves it to the point, a shot, and score! Lots of traffic in front. Thompson, a little upset there. And Quinn Hughes might actually have threaded that all the way through, but we'll see if it deflected it off of anybody. And it's 2-2 with 5:34 left in the first period. Let me take a look at that one. One timer, and yeah, that might have gone off of what, McNabb? Maybe. Oh, it looks like it was initially deflected right away, but I mean, the traffic in front, those guys don't get credited with assists, but really. Yeah, let's get Cortana a treat here. JJ or McCarthy or May. I don't really get too into NFL draft prospects or whatever, but I'm curious about May just because our new quarterbacks coach is Josh McCown and he coached May I think in high school. So I mean, I kind of like to see that. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whoop! Oh, you bobbled that one, Cortana. Trade away Thompson. Yeah, you can bring back Robin Leonard. Besser scored North Dakota. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he won a championship. Yeah. Brock's a good dude. He's been through a lot, so I'm glad to see him flourish this year. You're going to the Predators versus Jets game. Ooh. Although the Jets and Preds probably wouldn't play in the first round at this point. Maybe you'll see Mark Scheifele and Connor Helbeck right on. Huggy Bear. Oh, Quinn Hughes. Yeah. KOC. He's a good offensive mind. Yeah, he's overall like he's been good for us. I have my quibbles here and there, but like I don't, I don't want him gone. Some people got pretty feisty about him last season, and there were some things that really did upset me as well. But it's like, all right, you get your quarterback, then mold him into the guy you think he could be. Vegas wouldn't be without Thompson. He has 23 of their wins. Hertl was on the ice for both goals. Oh, really? Oh, shit. I didn't even notice. Huh. So they already have him on the PK, huh? Rick, you don't. You don't have to apologize for that, man. You can have whatever you want as your pick. It doesn't have to be hockey. I mean, hey, I have my dog as my pick. Oh, here come the Canucks. They got numbers. Maybe a breakaway. McCabe. He's got Miller. Oh, and Miller looked up instead of. Oh, he looked one step ahead. Really took his eye off the puck. Otherwise, he would have had a chance in alone against Thompson. The Preds play them in the playoffs. Keep playing like this, but what's happening? Yeah, this one's opened up a lot more than I expected. But then again, special teams being the factor for Vancouver, they lead in shots 10-5. Pedersen and good support there from Hertl. He's got it pinned in the corner, trying to funnel that to a teammate. All right, and now here comes Chandler Stevenson. Talk about free agents. He's going to get paid too. Hertl, big collision in the corner with the Vancouver defender. First year, get to see KOC and Quasi. Yeah, like we can see them turning a corner and using their money pretty wisely. So it's like, all right, I get it. Last year was frustrating, whatever. You know, if this is what you intend and you come through with a quarterback, then hey, I don't want to be too quick to judge if that's the case. Let's see here. Since this was the last season of the preseason suitor buyouts, do I think the Wild will open up the wallets to get key players in free agency? Um, I think they're still paying them though, right? But I think maybe they're not paying them as much next year. So Minnesota preseason suitor. Let's see here. No, they're still on the books for over 7 million next year. So next year is the last of the bad years. They're still going to be paying under a million per player for 3 years for 4 years after that, but that's not nearly as much, right? So the Wild are still on the books for about $14.7 million dollars for those two players next year. So I think they're kind of still in a tight spot. Uh, all right. Now we got Bluger. High slot blocked. Oh, yeah, Nick Hague. That's the guy. Um, ooh, good energy in this game, though, I would say. Yeah. It's okay. Like, I understand that people will be frustrated if certain calls aren't made. That's fine. That's fine. Just keep it chill. We'll be fine. All right. Noah Hannafin. How's Cortana? She is doing great. We went to the park twice today, and yeah, just threw the old frisbee around. Um, oh, Eichel already working on 2 goals. One timer Theodore. Ooh, just wide of the pad of she, what she loves. That's right. And Marchessault trying to extend the play for Eichel. Shields it away from Cole. Moves it to the point. Works it over to Theodore. McNabb now a shot. And ooh, a little bit wide of the net. Scooped up by Eichel behind. And the Knights really coming in with a good shift as we get into the final minute. And a save by Shilovs off of the blocker. Or off the arm. Still alive at the point, though. Everybody for Vancouver's been out for over a minute, but Cole's going to skate this out and dump it down. Preds have the hottest streak this season, even going. Yeah, yeah. That's the easily the best point streak. Yeah, isn't it, Mike? Yeah. I mean, like, I'm already going back there for 4th of July. Like right after that first wave of free agency, I'm gonna go hang out in Montana for a few days. And Cortana here, she'll be able to take on the same trails, I think. So yeah, that's going to be it for the first period. Jack Eichel with 2 goals, but then the Canucks power play strikes twice. How far is Montana? I can drive there in like 75 minutes. Jake Waddell was the dude who threw the catfish on the ice. I did not. Oh, I didn't know that they did that in Pittsburgh. Um, yeah. So we go to intermission. All right. Good 5-on-5. Yeah, that's what it's. That's what we can chalk it up to so far. Oh yeah, that's right. You're from Minnesota originally. Uh, yes, NHL playoffs, best playoffs. Yeah, as much as I love March Madness, the Stanley Cup playoffs, I like having a series against teams. Oh, I didn't see Hurdle get hit there, but yeah, Hurdle's taken some contact so far in this period. Pittsburgh tried to throw him in jail. Oh my god. No, 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 no. You come to the West Coast. We'll give you reasons to go to jail. As I was telling Mike, I do not condone this whatsoever, but I mean, really, I think on the East Coast, it's more culturally common for people to get into the shouting matches with each other, you know. But on the West Coast, it's a little different. It's a little bit more personally violent in sports, unfortunately. All right, chat. Liana asks this question: who's going to win this Stanley Cup? I mean, yeah, it's pretty open right now. All I got to say is that I don't trust the team that wins the President's Trophy, whether that's the Rangers, the Bruins, the Stars. I don't trust whoever has that trophy. So I don't want to give away exactly who I think is going to win just yet, but I don't even know if I have a good reason to well, I will say one thing. I had a preseason pick of Colorado winning the Stanley Cup again and beating the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't think that's entirely unrealistic, but I don't feel super confident about that, or even confident for that matter. Hurricanes or Panthers. I mean, damn, if you asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have been like Panthers without question. But uh, I mean, they still have a really good team, like good playoff hockey, the way that they're built. So I think it's still possible. Hurricanes, it's just like I know that I root for both those teams, but like Hurricanes, I just think they're due. And bringing in Gensel, their top line looks fantastic. And Freddie Anderson has been miraculous in goals. So it's like I think they have a very strong case as to why they can at least get to the final this year. Um, Oilers, I still don't know if I'm a believer in the Oilers. I haven't seen how like Henrique has panned out there. I like the Oilers just fine, but it's like if they get in a series against the Golden Knights, I'm just personally not convinced. They just got blitzed by Dallas. I mean, and playoffs are a second or a new season, right? But you can see them getting bounced in the first round. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, stupid seal here. I mean, really, you know, the only teams that we're probably, leaving out of the possibility of contending for a Stanley Cup are kind of the ones that I was talking about in my video today, the ones that are battling for those last two spots in the conference, right? And who knows, right? We saw Florida barely get into the playoffs last year, and then what happened, right? They went to the Stanley Cup final and, they beat the Bruins to get there. They swept the Hurricanes to get there. Any picks for a dark horse, says the Islanders fan. Um, hmm, if I were to pick a dark horse, like maybe a 3 seed or a wild card, I mean, Toronto's clicking right now, and they're not giving up a lot of goals. Now, I know it's the Leafs, but they've figured something out at the right time. I don't wanna leave them out, and the Lightning, yeah, VGK, that's a fantastic pick because 'cause they're hotter than a fox in a forest fire right now. So, I think that that's probably a good one to roll with. I think the Jets have something to give that we haven't seen just yet, but yeah, Tampa would probably out of that group, probably Tampa the first team to think of, yeah. Hmm. Who's gonna get swept in the playoffs? Oh boy. I hope we don't I hope we don't see any sweeps. Stupid seal. Fair, fair, but I feel a little more assured that they won't just buckle against a team like Boston or Florida. I'm feeling better that they're going to give one of those teams some hell out there. But would I pick them to win the Stanley Cup? I just can't, right? But can I pick them to win 2 rounds? Maybe. Maybe I could. Toronto getting swept. Yeah, watch Toronto get swept. Edmonton, I would disagree about that. I just think that as long as you have McDavid and Draisaitl, you can't. I can't. I'm not gonna say you can't get swept, but I just can't see it happening. I know it happened against the Avalanche. Someone clip it. If Dallas, yeah, right, you need a receipt for your purchase. Um, if Dallas, oh, speaking of purchases, don't forget my wonderful twisters that we have a completely relaunched merch store. I got to plug it because you guys, I mean, really, it's not about getting me on a t-shirt. That's just weird. But you can get Cortana on a t-shirt. You can get Cortana on a pint glass, on a sticker, on a hoodie, on a tank top, on a coffee mug. I mean, look at this. This is unbeatable. We've taken our logo and we've recolored it for every team and even some defunct teams. Look at that. Cortana, but in Thrasher's colors. Cortana, but in Golden Seals colors. Cortana in Mighty Freaking Ducks colors. So you can see a link to that in the pinned comment, or excuse me, in the video description. And if you're an MVP member, you get a lifetime code for 20% off. So support the channel. And like I said, we've got everything, something for everybody. We even have shirts for your fur friends. Yes. Look at that. Boom. Tampa Bay Lightning t-shirt. There it is right there. Holla at your boy. Quebec Nordiques. You bet we've got that as well. So shop around and support your favorite team in the playoffs in the cutest way possible. End of my PSA. Dear God, it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Cheyenne, hey, what's going on? Hey, thanks for jumping in here. Good to have you here. Preds, man, they just keep winning for the most part. Am I doing an NHL? Oh, an NHL bracket on YouTube? Yes, I am. So we have two different brackets. We have one for all channels. So if you guys want an invitation to our bracket challenge, I can post it here if I can, because I know that I don't have links opened up on the channel just right now. La 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 la. Hold on, my friends. I'm gonna get myself a link. Yeah, so if you want, here I'll plug both things. The bracket challenge. I have to go to my video from today to get it. Yep. Here we go. So here is our. Oh wait, we got a new member, Nick. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're wonderful. Um, did you join? I'd have to check, but enter our bracket challenge. So this is. Oh, whoa! I didn't mean to do that. That's got way too many characters. All right, hold on a second. Let's do that again. No. We want. You can enter our bracket challenge right now. This is just for fun. Thank you so much, Nick. I like having you here. All right, enter our bracket challenge. We also have one of these. We have a separate bracket for people who join our Discord. So join our Discord, and you can also fill out a bracket for that. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm just juggling a few things here. Hey, Toria, thanks for jumping back in here. As the Red Wings still cling to the second wildcard spot after the Penguins lost in overtime against the Maple Leafs. And Vanessa here, great to have you here. I mean, Nick said, little friendly jab. Hey, Hertl's playing his first game as a night tonight. You should do a live stream. And I'm like, okay. Here, actually, because we have a new member, let's give Cortana a goal treat here. Here we go. Ready? Oh, whoop. Did you caught that? Wow, you didn't even move to catch that. That was my best pass right there. Here, Cortana. How about another one? Whoop. Okay, right in front of you. There you go. Just what you want. Okay. And Canucks, they just met last Tuesday, and Clay. Yeah, Clay and his family were at the game. That's somebody I want to meet in person. Clay is a gem. An absolute gem. I can tell. I've done streams with him in the past, and yeah, I hope that one day I get a chance to meet him. I mean, hell, I could drive to Vancouver to meet him. It's not that far from me. Has a little helmet on. Yeah, thank you, Cheyenne. Well, I made the logo, and then all of a sudden, I was like, wait, but I'm not done yet. I got to put a helmet on her. So here's our merch store. For anybody who wants to check out what we have available, there's something for everybody. We've got women's, kids, and even toddler clothing, in addition to other stuffs. And by the way, let's see here. So Nick, we've got you down as oh, good. The new video is doing well today. I like seeing that. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Thanks for joining our membership and becoming an all-star, as we call it. All right. Also, congrats to the women's what is that World Championships team? The U.S. women's team getting a victory in overtime against Canada today. You became an auntie last month. Well, congratulations to you, coming from an uncle. I became an uncle 2 years ago, and now you can just spoil that kiddo as much as you want and not have anywhere near the responsibility as their parents. So, way to go. Just joined the league. Right on. Thank you, dude. He has that look in his eye, the killer instinct. All right. Well, we're on hat trick watch with Jack Eichel because he scored the 2 goals for the Knights. I can't change my name, so I have my official government name in there. All right, cool. Yeah. Uh, Lots of love. Right on. Yeah, my nephew lives in California, so I haven't seen him all that much. He's only 2 years old, but my first gift to him was literally a stuffed animal that was put together by Cuddle Clones, and it is a replica of Cortana. So that was his first gift from me when I still had a corporate job. I said, I don't care how much this costs. He's getting one. It was actually before he was even born, so it was so fun. Yeah, we're still at the first intermission. Maybe we'll get started with the second period when we come back. Cortana's the goat. I need to get like Cortana a little headband with like little horns on it. But yeah, Cortana's getting her own shirt in probably within the next 2 weeks. I just ordered myself a bunch of merch. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll show you what I got. Well, I mean, this is all I have right now. There we go. And that's Cortana and Hurricanes colors, FYI. Do I miss Cali much? Not really. I mean, I get all sorts of nostalgia when I visit there, but it's cool. It's like I can enjoy visiting there, but I enjoy living more. Yeah, you know, it's not just family. I mean, some of the most dearest people in my life who are not related by blood live there too. The shirt is Boss League. Thank you. You know what's funny with that tank top is that I actually was sending it. I meant to send it to somebody else who made a friendly wager with me over a live stream, and I was like, okay, sending this your way, and somehow because of a certain glitch in Teespring, it accidentally parsed out my address for the shipping address after I had already applied a coupon for it. So anyway, I was like, oh shoot, why did it come to me? And then I put it on, and I'm like, okay, I'm keeping this, and then I sent him a new one. So it worked out just fine in the end. Uh, Nice place to visit, to live. It's like Florida, but without the alligators and not and without the humidity for the most part. Uh, Show off the cannons. Yeah, that's right. I'll be wearing the I'll be wearing this tank top quite a bit, hopefully in the postseason. All right, we're gonna get ready for the second period. So yeah, can the Knights stay out of the penalty box? That's kind of the narrative here. And will Jack Eichel come out like the killer he is? Da-da-da-da. Is Cali more expensive than Florida? I'm sure that there are parts of California that are cheaper, but I mean, in terms of the population centers, California is more expensive. Not for everything, I don't think, but like gas, for example. Um, I don't know about food, maybe so, but yeah, generally speaking, Cali is going to be still more expensive. Rent, absolutely, but like for example, Miami's wicked expensive, and I would think that like Orlando has probably seen a gradual increase as well. But yeah, I don't know if I need that so much though, Nick. You know, I got my little lady right here for those about to rock. Nice ABV. Anyone but Vegas says Xander. Um, Also alcohol by volume. Whoop. Don't understand the NHL. Okay, cool. I've bet in a draw. Is that actually possible? Like for a draw, it needs to be drawn after an extra 5 minutes, right? You know what? I don't know how betting works. Like that, I'm not familiar with that. But how to explain this? So NHL games can never end in a tie. That used to be the case many years ago, but there are no such things as ties in the NHL or draws. But of course, if the game ends after 60 minutes, they go to overtime for 5 minutes. And if nobody scores in those 5 minutes, then the game goes to a shootout. But there's still going to be a victor, a winner after the shootout. Um, so yeah, there will never be a game that's decided as a tie. Who will have the most hat tricks in the playoffs? Uh, first guy I think of is Leon Draisaitl because Leon Draisaitl is just a machine in the playoffs. Braden Point would be up there for me as well. The draw or the shootout? I'd rather just have a draw, honestly. But yeah, they need to change up how they score. Award points, I should say. Like a regulation win should be 3 points. Overtime win should be 2 points. A loss in overtime should be 1 point, and then you know, or like a tie should be 1 point. Seeing Hurdle and it really stings. Yeah, there he is, man. We got to get used to it. He's under contract for 6 more years. Yep, and that's going to be an interference. Yeah, Hronik's been giving it to Hurdle all night. I don't know where this is coming from. I honestly don't. I know they're both Czech. That's about it, though. But Hurdle has 5 power play goals, and he'll take this draw as the Knights go to the man advantage. Well, I think Matthews gets 70. I think he's going to do it. I think he'll do it. I mean, him finishing the season against the Panthers and Lightning, I think he'll be fired up. And we'll see if Tomas Hertl is fired up for the Golden Knights. Here he is at the goal line, parking in front of the net, off the rebound. Marchessault funnels it behind the net for Eichel, and now it comes out of the zone. History between Hronik and Hertl. Yeah, I didn't think so ever. It feels like there has been though. But yeah, Xander, the Eklund hat trick. I didn't see the game as it happened. I watched the highlight reel, and that was wonderful, especially for Devin Cooley to get the win, for Colin Graf to come over and play his first game. He got a point the next day, a shot and just wide of the net. Top unit still out there for the Knights as they hold the zone, and now Noah Hannafin moves it over to the 2 goals off the stick of Eichel. Comes in at the dot. He shoots and maybe ramping off the blocker of Shilov's and out of play with 1 minute left. Masterton for the Sharks. How you feel that they picked Justin Bailey? Oh, I don't know why they did. I mean, I didn't know what the story was for him. Maybe the fact that he hadn't scored in like several years or something like that. So I guess that's pretty cool. Sharks owned the Blues this year. Yeah, it was completely out of nowhere. I had no idea that we would see that because St. Louis kicked our butts the last several years. All right. Stevenson out there. So is Hurdle. And Hertl will head straight to the net, getting right in front of Shilovs. Eichel from the half boards. Down low, Marchessault looking for Hertl in the bumper and read easily by the defense and cleared out. I guess the bet is like for the game to stay tied for the first 65 minutes. Okay. I mean, maybe there's something like that, right? Who do I who do I who do I predict to win the Stanley Cup, Evan? I haven't figured out who that's going to be. I haven't. I'm still keen to see what the Golden Knights look like when they get Stone back. I know that they'll probably be either a wild card or the 3 seed in their division, but I still think they can I still think they can win 2 rounds. I know Dallas is really hot right now. I don't totally trust them. The Avalanche have, they lost to the Stars recently, and I mean Dallas never beats Colorado, so things might be, the tide might be turning there. But my preseason pick was Avalanche over Hurricanes, and I think that could still happen. I really liked what I saw from the Panthers up until about 3 weeks ago. I still think they're a team that's built for playoff success, though. I think they could certainly win it. So I'm still not at that point where I have one or two teams. I don't think a shot and saved by Thompson. The power play now over for the Knights. Hey, Chance, thanks for jumping in, man. How do you like the Bruins' chances, man? As they look to win the division, and and Mantha backhander just wide of Shelovs. All right, thanks, Vanessa. Have a pleasant evening yourself. We'll see you around soon enough. And Evan, I didn't even bring up like how the Lightning are super hot. Could they win a couple rounds? Maybe. Maybe they could. I mean, Vasilevsky, contrary to what I said in a previous video, has been much better over the last month. And Hedman has kind of found the fountain of youth offensively. Kucherov, I think maybe could win the MVP. And Braden Point, all he does is score goals. First 5 minutes gone by in the period. Shots favoring the Canucks by a 10-8 margin. And now Mikheyev funnels out to the point, the high slot, the shot, and a block in front. Ooh, neck pain. Working it ahead for Barbashev. And now out in front. And Hannafin robbed by Shilovs. What a great setup, though. And Hannafin, he did exactly what he needed to, but a great read by the goaltender for Vancouver. Back the other way come the Canucks. A drop pass at the corner. We played them this weekend. The Lightning's power play is insane, but they relied on it too much. I think that's a fair assessment. It's been very good all year. And now, a save by Shilovs. And Hertl, he's been parking out in front quite a bit, getting a couple shoves there. Man, Vancouver is not treating Hertl's first game in Vegas or with Vegas kindly. Hertl pushing and shoving. Well, that's good. That's a good way to get your teammates to rally behind you. When you're not afraid to take a hit to make a play, right? Bruins beat Florida and are first in the Atlantic with Linus Ullmark. Also, did I see the Penguins game yesterday? Yeah, that was good. That was a really good game. That was like a playoff caliber game between those two teams. As the Penguins get a point, but don't make any progress in their quest to secure or to clinch a playoff spot. Vancouver is it win? Uh, is Vancouver going to win? Well, they need to do a little bit more at manufacturing even strength offense. I need to see a little bit more of that from them. But this is a good game. Like both teams are, I think they're skating with some intensity out there. Canucks, man, no Stanley Cup. They've had a couple of very magical runs in their franchise's history. In 1982, which gave us rally towels. That's kind of what that stems from. But of course, they lost to a dynasty Islanders team. Then they made it in 94. Again, a magical run for them. They weren't expected to be anywhere near that good. I think they had like 85 points in the regular season. And they took the Rangers all the way to game 7, ultimately losing. In a losing effort, I got to say that, of course, Captain Trevor Linden, one of the great performances in a losing effort. And then, of course, they made it in 2011 as the President's Trophy winner, but fell in 7 games to the Bruins. That team was so damn good. I think that's maybe the best team that's finished runner up. That's made the final but lost. I think that maybe that's the best team I've seen. Maybe not in my whole lifetime, but in quite some time. Now here's Hertl behind the net. Shakes free of the defender, a shot and wide from the point there. Nice cycling here. Hertl trying to come in and support. Petey bumps it behind the net, but jumping in is White Cloud, and he slaps it around the net. Garland or Besser. And now Vancouver able to get it clear. A long change. But, off a turnover. Come on. And a nice play from Dorofeev to pressure him. Between the Canadian teams, picking the Jets and Canucks to win the Cup before the Oilers. I mean, there's one thing that stands out, right? Those two teams that you picked there have the better starting goaltender. Not to mention, I think that Winnipeg has fairly good depth. Not to say that Edmonton's lacking it. I think they're fine. Oh, and a chance that goes over the net and out of play over Thompson. With Swayman and net. That really. Oh, okay. So you want to stick with Jeremy Swayman? I mean, there's no reason why. There's no reason why I don't think, you know, that Swayman should be um, removed as the starter for that series, unless he's giving up 4 goals a game or something like that. Skinner, if he falls, I mean, God, his defense does not give him much help. It's more, I think, with Skinner, it's more like there are times when the defense is not going to be there for him, where he has to make a save, like in a crucial moment. He's having a better year, right? I haven't seen what he's done over his last, 10, 15 games, but once Chris Knobloch arrived, the dude turned it on. But yeah, Stuart Skinner rocking a 906 save percentage. Hey, that's you'll take that as an Oilers fan. A 2.62 goals against average. And his goal saved above average is at 4. So he has been like an average starter this year. And again, if you're Edmonton, that's an upgrade. Do we think the Kings will? I know we haven't even talked about. Is there a link for watching the game, Case Scorp? I'm watching this through a paid subscription, so you might want to try. I think it's called Sports East. Nobody's scared of Skinner. Yeah. 2011, yeah, Bruins. My team, the Sharks, got bounced in the conference final by Vancouver off that crazy goal off the stanchion or whatever. And so yeah, I was happy to see the Bruins win that one. Not to mention Tim Thomas, one of the great runs as a goaltender in the Stanley Cup. But yeah, that, Mike, good question because we haven't even talked about the Kings. Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on them. They've been better defensively, but again, it's like who's capable of winning a game in goal, right? It's not like the Kings have a strong advantage at any one position. I think they have some good center depth. Don't get me wrong, um, but I just I'm just not a believer. I got to say. Oh, what a score! Vegas on the power play. Hertl was out there. I don't think he got a piece of it, but Hannafin right now looks to be the one credited for the goal. So back to a Vegas lead we go. Let's take a look at this off of the replay. Eichel. Eichel's going to get the primary assist too. And Hertl was in front of the net. I don't think he got a piece of it, but he caused some havoc there. And yeah, Hertl is not going to get the goal there. That's going to be Hannafin. But yeah, Hertl has his. He's going to get an assist for that. Was that for the faceoff? Kings are inconsistent. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there have been that many teams who've been consistent. But I get you, man. They are kind of a weird team. You could see them getting. I could see the Kings beating Edmonton though. Cortana ready? They gave him some trouble last year, and with Quentin Byfield, uh, having made the progress he has, I could see the Kings actually getting the upper hand on the Oilers. Strangely, and yeah, VGK agrees with me too. Hurdle got a secondary. All right, cool. Well, hey, I mean, I can't complain. I'm happy to see Hurdle get on the sheet here. So good for him. And yeah, he's been just charging at the net the whole game, taking some shots out there, but good for him. Hurdle's so good in the circle. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like, this is kind of a blind check here. I can't remember a time when he wasn't at 50% or better in the circle. And yeah, Hurdle has been at least 50% in the circle since 2015-16. He's at 56% this year. It's actually a career high for him, except for his rookie year, although he only took 51 faceoffs. So great call. Great call, Dean. 8:40 left here in the second period. Shots are 13-11. So even though it's a really good game, right? But not a whole lot of shots on goal. The Canucks just got their 14th on goal, and we'll go to a commercial. Let's see here. It's crazy how quiet the 50 goals. Zach. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I think that even if you play with McDavid and Draisaitl, you have to do something that very few players can do, and that's stand in front of the net, take a bunch of cross checks to the back. You know, so I think it's outstanding. He's had that kind of season. Now, is he going to be remembered as like a perennial 50 goal threat? No, he's not. But I mean, good for him. I'm happy for him. Nugent Hopkins had 100 points last year, right? Maybe a bit of an outlier, but the guy's a great player. Is Demko injured? I didn't think he was, but let me know if I need to be corrected here, guys. Canucks. Oh yeah, Demko's has been on LTIR for almost a month. I did not know that. Wow, my mistake, guys. So yeah, I don't know when he's expected to come back. Evander Kane has dropped off this year. I think he's still over 20 goals, but he hasn't been quite the X factor he's been, or kind of that lightning rod that he's been with Edmonton earlier on. He hasn't been that quite so much. Uh, who are the only teams that you will actively root against? One of the teams is playing right now. So if you're a Boston fan, yeah, Vancouver. I know that Vancouver fans are still pretty bitter about the Bruins. At least that's what Reddit told me. But the other team, I would think it would be Montreal. But then again, if we look at more recent years, Toronto has been the more relevant team. So probably Toronto and Vancouver. They're being safe with Demko. Okay, he's clear, but they want to take it slow. I mean, really, they're at such an advantageous position to where I think they've kind of overachieved. Not to say that they can't be an effective team in the playoffs. It's just that we weren't expecting them to, for the most part, just completely have that division under control, except for the very beginning of the season. Um, so yeah, they can afford to rest Demko because he's going to play such a big role for them if they want to actually make some progress in the playoffs. We saw what for this season, he was largely someone who we thought would be a Vezina Trophy caliber goaltender. Uh, was I correct, Chance? A shot. Amadio is denied by Shelobs on a odd man rush, which, by the way, is a pretty good film that features Dylan Playfair, who's Riley in Letterkenny. If you haven't seen that before, yeah, Hurdle just got a shot from Ian Cole. Wow, what is with Tomas Hertl just getting absolutely beat up out there? I've never seen him targeted anywhere near this much. Yeah, I know. Isn't that kind of weird, man? It's not like the Canucks hate Tomas Hertl. Another team is Florida. Let's just not go to that one. I mean, Sergei Bobrovsky. All I got to say is that stop. I can't remember. Was it against Marchand in Game 5 overtime? Marchand had a breakaway and Bobrovsky stopped him, and that would have ended the series right there. Ooh, Haig almost hit somebody in Vancouver into the bench. Welcome back, Hurdle. Yeah, good to see him get a point. I hope he's capable of even more. All right, down to 7 minutes now. A stretch pass from Myers. Besser bumps it along for Pedersen. Besser is going to spin away from the defender. Coming to the high slot, a shot, and he scores! Man, the Canucks have also been relentless, parking butts in front of the goal. Thompson, again, I think he's frustrated that either there's no call or that his teammates aren't supporting him enough there. The refs are going to congregate for this one, though. Okay, so I'm going to make this 3-3 for the time being, but we'll see if the refs want to overrule this or if Vegas wants to challenge. But Pedersen was in the eyes of Thompson there. At least initially, that looked like the contact with Thompson happened after the puck crossed the goal line. But let's see what they have to say here. Yeah, the refs are saying it's a good goal. I thought that Pedersen had been pushed in by Haig. Yeah, there's that contact, and the puck's already across the line. The puck's already across the line by the time Pedersen makes contact with Thompson, so I can't see this being overturned. Yeah, and the Knights aren't even gonna rule this one. I'd rather have the Panthers beat you guys again. You don't want to face Vancouver in the final again? Oh, dude, if you went to the final, you should be ecstatic. Ecstatic, excuse me. I would think. I mean, I don't think that the Canucks fans, or excuse me, the pardon you're a Bruins fan, but yeah, if you go to the final again, that's then again you've had a little heartbreak over the last decade or so. Little heartbreak. Um, but I hear you, man. I hear you. I've seen better refs in the WHL. I think the officiating in the WHL is fine. I go to games once in a while. All right, Oman getting all the way down to Thompson. But yeah, I mean that's been the success for the Canucks tonight. Getting somebody right in front of Thompson. It's happened in every goal. Down to 6 minutes left in the second period. All right, Mantha ahead for William Carlson. Good back check from the Vancouver defense. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you went to a Winterhawks game, and I haven't been keeping up, but I would think that the Winterhawks won that round, right? Or they're going to win that round. Of course, my Spokane Chiefs had to play the top seed, the Prince George Cougars, and like they were outclassed. Like that was expected. Sucks though that Berkeley Catton's going to get drafted in like the top 10. If Vancouver beats us again, I'll be broken. It's Vancouver. At least the team is a little bit different, right? They don't have Rafi Torres. They don't have Kevin Bieksa. They don't have Kyle Burrows, right? Or Alexander Burrows. Excuse me. Kyle Burrows used to play for them too. Rip to the Chiefs. Word, word. One of these years, the Chiefs will be legit with me living in the area. I hope. You live by the Firebirds. Oh, really? They almost won the whole thing their first year. Yeah, but they choked. Oh, I didn't know it was that harsh. But I mean, that was a heck of a story. They lost to Hershey though, right? Hershey has like by far the most Calder Cups, right? Isn't that what it's called? The Calder Cup? Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it's called, right? What's it called in the ECHL? Oh, it's the Kelly Cup in the ECHL. That's right. UConn is the back-to-back national champ. Well, congratulations. Wow, I didn't know they won. I forgot they won last year. I didn't know it was that recent, but congrats to the Huskies at UConn. Men's basketball, of course, women's basketball has like I can't even count how many titles they have. UConn has now won what, 4 men's championships, I want to say. Heck of a program. Let's see here. You went to an Oil Kings game versus Swift Current. Yeah, I've never seen either of those teams. Yeah, Dean, that was as good of a screen as you can set, I think, on that third goal there. Got to refresh my broadcast. Your family is thinking about moving to Idaho. Cities that have stuff to do. Well, here's the challenge for me answering that question is that I haven't left North Idaho. Oh, here's Hertl. And my screen actually freezes again. So I got to refresh that. Hold on. Yeah, so I can't speak about the more populated parts of the state except for like Coeur d'Alene here in the Panhandle, and I mean like I love it, but a lot of days where it's just 40 degrees and cloudy. That's pretty much North Idaho for like 8 months out of the year. But like I love it here. It's very pretty and if you like to get out on a hiking trail or do some mountain biking or something like that, I mean, you've come to the right place. Uh Cole Miller. Oh, in the dub. Oh, here we go. Here's Marchessault to the point for McNabb. To the other point. Work to Eichel one timer and high and wide of the net is Eichel thinking about maybe a hat trick tonight. Yeah, you'll be rewarded for that, Cortana. Oh, back sore. I wonder what from. Here comes Pedersen, and the Canucks are offside here with 3:41 left in the period. There we go. Yeah, I mean, Marchessault. Oh wow. Um, just kind of building off of what he's. I mean, like every year, almost every year he gets just like a little bit better offensively. It's crazy to see him as a 40 goal scorer now. Uh, and I think that he wants that big fat pay raise, but we don't know where it's going to come from, right? I think there are other teams out there that will want to pay for his services. You got another dog, and she and the first one are actually brother and sister. Oh, really? Oh, congratulations! We certainly do love our puppers here on Twisted Wrister Hockey. It's so funny too, guys, because I actually never had a dog until Cortana. Oh, Colasar, maybe a chance he shoots, and a pad save covering up the 5-hole there from Shelovs. Now White Cloud's going to work it to the point. They're trying to make something of this. The Knights are with this possession. Canucks are clearing, and maybe they have numbers. Here they come. Zadorov shoots, and a nice save by Thompson. Good positional save as things kind of open up for a minute here. But yeah, I didn't grow up with dogs. And so Cortana was my first and my only so far. And now I just absolutely can't get enough of these wonderful creatures. Now, a backhander and Thompson denies Pia Suter or one of his line mates. Wow. Yeah, this has really started heating up. And now Mantha bumps it ahead, and Carlson has that one go off his skate. Oilers fans signed a petition to change the broadcast team. That right. All right, Cheyenne, catch you later. Good luck to the Preds. One more win, right? Or like one more point. Barry Trotz has done just a terrific job. Andrew Brunette and my guy Ryan O'Reilly. Have a good evening. Their names are Frankie and Whitney. Frankie Franco, like the Steelers running back, right, and of course, yes, rest in peace to the late great Franco Harris. And is it really Whitney? Like, of course, Ray Whitney. Oh, what a goal off the rebound! The Canucks take the lead for the first time, and it's Garland stuffing home the second chance opportunity as the Canucks are now in front 4-3. And did my StreamYard just freeze on me? Oh my god. I can't update my scoreboard. Hold on. We got to fix that. Or to quote William Wallace, well, that's just something we'll have to remedy. All right, there we go. 4-3. We'll give Cortana a goal treat. I was going to say Chance Ray Whitney, one of the great journeyman players in NHL history. And of course, a former Shark and a former Spokane Chief and Memorial Cup winner at that. Cortana, no look. Ready? Here we go, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Like clockwork, baby. Like clockwork. The second goal for Connor Garland. Eichel on the other side has 2 goals. Garland's one of the worst players. I've always liked Garland. That guy is a thorn in your side, kind of like Marchessault. Not very different. Compact, shorter player, but compact. Not afraid to take some hits or give some hits and just be a pain in the old tuchus. All right. Now from behind the net, Stevenson looking for somebody out in front. Hertl continues to play right in front of the net. Taking a couple shots here from Ian Cole. Hertl trying to support along the wall, keeping the possession alive. Tommy almost gets tripped up here. Tries to dangle, gets stripped. And now a 2-on-1. Hoglander, he shoots. And maybe a stick save there from Thompson. Coyotes legend scored the OT winner, which sent the Yotes to the conference final. That was before Garland's career started, because that was the conference finals back in 2012. Bluger from centers. I might have to take Cortana out to pee in just a moment here, okay? Because she's looking at me like, "Hey, Dad, it's time." Oh no, she's good. She's good. And time winds down as the Canucks skate into the intermission with a late goal from Connor Garland, putting them ahead 4-3. What a great game. At least I think so. Ah. All right. Well, we can take a look at the standings or something like that. It's been a very good game. Yeah, I think so. And actually, we were treated to a great game earlier between the Maple Leafs and the Penguins, as the Leafs triumph in overtime 3-2 and get yet another goal from Austin Matthews. Sharks territory native Austin Matthews, which sounds really funny, but it's kind of true. All right. Let's take a look at the standings. So in the Atlantic Division, the Boston Bruins with a 5-point lead on Florida. Florida with a 3-point edge over Toronto, but the Leafs have played 1 fewer game, and they're 7-3 in their last 10. I mean, I thought they were even hotter than that. And they get the win tonight against the Penguins, who definitely have something to play for late in the season here. So as the playoffs would stand, Florida and Toronto would battle each other in the first round, and it's looking more and more likely like we're going to see that. Now, the Rangers have a 3-point edge over the Bruins for the best record in the Eastern Conference. And they sit at the top of the Metro. Now, Carolina is pretty comfortably in second place. They could still theoretically do this, but they only have 4 games left. So I think New York has just about wrapped up that division. Boston has pretty much wrapped up the Atlantic. And now we got to see what the matchups look like, because Carolina here, no idea who they're going to take on. Are they going to play the Islanders? Are they going to play the Penguins or the Capitals or even the Flyers? We have no idea. You can watch my video about that today regarding the teams that these wild card hopefuls are going to be facing off against. Actually, really, the third spot in the Metro is totally up for grabs as well. Tampa with 93 points now. They sit 6 points in back of Toronto. So I don't think that Tampa is going any further than wild card number 1. But right now with Tampa, they're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. So I think a lot of teams out there would not dare take the Lightning lightly. That happened in the first game of the first round versus the Predators in 2012. Really? Connor Garland's been playing that long? I only see his Connor Garland's first season was 2018-19, according to Hockey Reference. I'm not sure. Not sure where you're getting that from. Oh, Ray Whitney. Oh, okay, Whit, of course. Yes, the great Ray Whitney. Yes. I actually included that highlight in one of my videos. Sorry about that. I've been thinking about that last goal too much. And then the other wild card spot. I mean, look at this logjam we've got ourselves here. Red Wings, Penguins, Capitals, Flyers. So Detroit is by the slimmest of margins, right? We look at points percentage. By a very slim margin over Washington has the advantage. One more point than the Capitals. So as the playoffs look right now, we would see an original 6 battle between the Rangers and the Red Wings. We would get the Lightning against the Bruins, and I believe that would be a fantastic series. We would have the Panthers and the Maple Leafs, and we would have the Hurricanes and the Islanders. And then out west, we have the Dallas Stars with a decent-sized cushion here as they look to get home ice in the Western Conference. They have a 5-point lead over the Avalanche, and that looks pretty firmly solidified right now. Yeah, Chance, I'd like to see Philadelphia and Detroit make it. I don't know if I don't think that both teams will, though. Excuse me. Avalanche and Jets, right? We don't know who's going to have home ice, either Colorado or Winnipeg, but that looks like it's going to be a matchup in the first round. And then we have the Canucks, still by a fairly small margin now, leading the Oilers in the Pacific. So Edmonton is now just 3 points back, and they have 1 game in hand on Vancouver. Although, of course, Vancouver had wiped the floor with Edmonton at the beginning of the season. LA technically, in terms of points percentage, Vegas is actually ahead of LA by literally the slimmest of margins. So LA or Vegas could actually end up as the number 3 seed in that division, but I don't see them moving any higher. Nashville as well is very much a hopeful to make the first wild card. So if we're doing this by points percentage, I mean, take it either way, really. But if we're doing points percentage, we would have the Dallas Stars against the second wild card. That would be the Nashville Predators. And Dallas versus Nashville is a good time. We think back to the Winter Classic. I think they've played each other in the playoffs once, if not twice, in recent years. We would have the Avalanche against the Jets. We'd have the Canucks against the first wild card, which, according to my model, would be the LA Kings, although it could be against the Golden Knights. And Edmonton will get either LA or Vegas. Really need Vancouver to stay in front of Edmonton. Would much rather play them over Edmonton. Oh, really? So Nashville against Vancouver, you'd rather see that. Dallas versus Nashville would be nasty. Yeah, I'd be really happy to see that. And remember, when Nashville is a lower seeded team, They are a pain in the butt to take down. I'm okay with that. Bring on Tampa. Oh, as a Boston fan, you're bring on the Lightning. Please God, not Dallas. Really? Really now? Nashville's definitely dangerous. Yeah, I mean, they're a team that wasn't expected to be here. When you play against a team that has nothing to lose, that can be frightening. How has Saros been over his last few games? Let's take a look. And Riley, he will be starting for the Predators in the playoffs. You say Saros. Okay, he's been at, let's see here. Okay, you say Saros. Whoa, he had a really hot stretch. But overall, in his last 18 games, he's rocking a 924 save percentage. Okay. I mean, you like to see that from your starting goaltender or last. Let's see here. Let's concentrate this even more. In his last 9 games, he's rocking a 915. Okay. He's Sarosing. He's too good right now, or is that exclusive to Pecorine? Getting non-flashbacks against the Stars. Like I said, man, I don't know. I haven't been giving Dallas enough credit for what they've done recently. Speaking of which, actually, how is Jake Ottinger looking right now? Granted, these are just numbers. It doesn't necessarily reflect the defense in front of him. But Otter, let's see here. Uh-huh. Ooh. Okay, his last handful of games, like during the winning streak, basically, a 943 and just 11 goals conceded in 7 games. Granted, Dallas is not surrendering that many shots either. So, in other words, DeBoer's system is working. Because for a while there with like San Jose, I just remember with them and of course with the Knights, he defensively locked things down really well. So, he, that's a promising sign for Dallas. That gives them a better blueprint. And Dallas, Duchesne finally snapping out of a crazy goal scoring drought. I mean, they have some good depth forward wise. He's not too good right now. No. You want him to be too good right now so that he buckles in the playoffs. Oh, I mean, I was talking of Ottinger, not the juice. Face the Lightning so you can avoid losing to either the Leafs or the Panthers. As a Bruins fan, I gotta give the Bruins credit for first of all, Morgan Geekie. He's had a good sort of resurgence over there. Zaka has continued to be somebody who's produced above what he's been advertised as. So they've been able to weather the storm there. Their lack of center depth, excuse me. Let's see here. So yeah, Zaka 56. Yeah, and Coyle, of course, with 25 goals. Just that alone from him is invaluable. And yeah, I always knew he was pretty strong in the faceoff circle. We'll see if McAvoy gets any consideration for the Norris Trophy. Pasta, though, fantastic year for him. Marchand slowing down a little bit, but he brings experience. He'll go where very few players go. Would prefer Vancouver or Winnipeg. I don't like, but wouldn't mind Colorado or Dallas. Would shoot yourself if you had to draw Edmonton. Really? I haven't thought about that in Edmonton versus Nashville. Hertl. Whoa, really? Do you think the Stone's going to have to retire kind of prematurely? I mean, Hertl's had his injuries. It's not been as bad for him in recent years. But like Hertl, he basically had to be the captain this year for the Sharks with Couture out basically the whole year. So I can kind of see what you mean. All right, I think we might get started with the third period. Oh, my game feed cut out for a moment there. Oh wait, that was the other game. Oh, well, that one cut out as well. All right, they're just showing some highlights right now. So hang tight, guys. I'm gonna take a wicked yes. I'll be right back. Watch Cortana for me. Stevenson said that Hurdle's already being vocal on the bench. Oh, good. I mean, I'm sure he's been extra hungry to get back on the ice. But yeah, Hurdle, he is able to be a figure kind of like that, right? Who can, be one of those sort of veteran leaders. But I mean, hey, they've got a lot of veterans on that team. Where are you going, Human? Exactly. Here, let's give Cortana another treat because she's a good girl. You believe this? Cortana said, "Go Knights, go!" When I was Hey. All right, Cortana, have a carrot. Whoop. Good catch, girl. Good catch. Let's see here. Are we getting back to it here? All right, I think we're at the final commercial break before we start the third period here. I'm rooting for Hurdle. And really this game doesn't make a huge difference regardless who wins. It's not going to shake things up too much for me as a viewer. I'm just trying to think, like, who do I want to see win the Western Conference this year? I mean, if I could choose a team, I'd say the Predators, but it's going to be tough. But again, they're playing with the real house money, I think. We absolutely bombed a science test today. Feeling good. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear about that. What subjects were you covering for this exam? I'm sorry to hear about that, but you know what? There are those moments in life where you just got to see something like that and be like, "Wow, I really did not see this one coming." Who knows? You'll have an opportunity at redemption, I hope. You can't stand another loss after the last game. I mean, hey, temper the expectations. Oh man, why are my Giants losing 6-1 over the Nationals of all teams? No, come on. Biomolecules. Okay, well, I wouldn't touch that with a 10. Not the Nationals. Yeah, I know, right? Um, well, hey, I'm glad you came here, Johnny Canuck, because it's a good place to just kind of shake things off, and enjoy enjoy a game. Edmonton versus LA would be a nasty series. Would be a great rival matchup. Yeah, there's still a good chance that we could see that. But I think LA, even though I'm not like a huge believer in them making a deep run this year, I think that I got to think that after a couple of matchups against the Oilers the past 2 years, I could see something happening where LA actually wins that series. I'm not completely sold on Edmonton. Although I mean like I do enjoy following them quite a bit, but yeah. All right, let's get underway with the third period and we'll see if we need extras for this one. But for right now, it's the Canucks with that late goal jumping on top by a score of 4-3. All right. Canucks advancing this out of the zone, and here they come. Here's a trailer. Joshua shot and a save by the arm of Thompson. Marchessault, a shot from the high slot, gets blocked in front. Vegas stuck on just 15 shots so far. Exactly. Playoff games starting on April 20th. By the way, guys, stick around. We're going to be doing a playoff predictions live stream. So it's going to be about our community predicting who they think will win the Stanley Cup. That will be really early on April 19th. So you can always see what streams we have coming up on our channel page, even though I don't schedule very many in advance. But you'll need to take a look at that. So then that way you know when I go live during certain playoff games. So use that as a resource. So that's again on Friday, April 19th at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific in the morning. We'll be doing a predictions stream. So there you go. A Saskatoon Blades. Okay, okay. Tristan Robbins, former Saskatoon Blade, Sharks prospect. Right on. Whoop. Good catch, girl. My team, the Chiefs, are out. So good luck to you guys. Here we go. Here we go. Another no look treat for Cortana here. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Look at that. Like clockwork. Dakota Joshua. It's interesting seeing him play with JT Miller and Connor Garland, but it's working tonight. This is your year. All right. Cool, cool. But then the question is who would you face in the Memorial Cup, right? Is there a team that's just wreaking havoc in their respective league? Because I don't really follow I don't really follow CHL hockey that much. Just a little bit of WHL, or I'll follow the teams that have prospects from my team in the NHL. The Sharks are 4-17-2 when trailing after 2 periods. I mean, usually teams have a pretty crappy record, but yeah, that one's particularly not that great. Well, I mean, the Knights' defense needs to be a little bit more physical, or at least a little bit more resistant in letting the opponent establish a net front presence. So, Thompson does have those 4 goals that he's conceded, but I mean, it's been a bit of a pattern, right? 3 of those goals came with somebody directly in front of his eyes, and now somebody getting tripped up behind the play. And it's looking like a tripping is going to be assessed to the Knights. Takes us. Wait, huh? Yeah, Howden's kind of locked his arm with Zadorov there, and I think that's why the trip was assessed. So the Canucks power play, they've struck for 2 goals in this game. A little bit of Kitchener and London. Uh, London Knights, man. What was that? Patrick Kane's team? Yeah, I think so. Uh, Chance, do I need to start a football channel so that we can reenact that? Here comes Hughes, and a drop pass that nearly got picked off by Eichel. And now here comes Pedersen, and good back check from the penalty kill there. Into the zone comes Besser. Hey, hands it off to Hughes. Fires it around the net. And now Miller funneling back to Pedersen at the point, thinking about the shot, a one-timer, and wide of the net there, but still in the zone for Pedersen. Hughes, a one-timer, and a block in front there from McNabb. Besser hands it off. Hughes works to the other dot, but ramps off the stick of Stevenson and is out of play. 49 seconds left on the man advantage. Vancouver. I mean, we got a lot of treats here for Cortana. I packed a lot. I think we got most of the carrots gone already. That's good because you don't want them getting lukewarm. All right, at the point, Susie. That's so again, Susie number 7 for them. That's kind of weird to see. Oh, and a great pad save by Thompson off of Hoglander, and Nils will take another go here. Feeds it off to Hronik. Cycled down behind the net. Good support there by the penalty kill and advanced out of the zone. Eichel, a backhander, takes a bit of a hit and makes the play to get a change for the PK unit. Now Susie dumping it in from center ice. Nice job by Hertl, but he coughs it up. Move to the point now for Vancouver. Behind the net. Teddy Bluger. It spins away from Hertl. Zadorov. And the Golden Knights get the clear. We're back to even strength. Here comes Stevenson. Gaining the zone. And handing it off to White Cloud behind the net. He's got Hertl. He backhands it over to 48. And Hertl has somebody in front and scrambling to make that save as she loves. And Hertl going at it with Zadorov a little bit. All right, here we go, Cortana. Ready? No look treat. Here we go. Ready? Oh wait, that's not good. That was not a good throw. That's a bad throw. All right. Pedersen against Carlson. The Canucks are going to move it out of the zone here. A stretch pass. Hoglander trying to dangle around McNabb. And Dorofeev. Cleared out by Carlson. Down to 14:24 left in regulation. Shots favoring the Canucks 24-16. All right. Now Eichel. And he wins the draw to the point for Theodore, looking for somebody down low. Nice anticipation from Miller. Skated out by Susie. And now with speed, here comes Garland. He shoots, and it goes a little bit wide of Thompson there as he was bidding for the hat trick. Now Susie. Oh, nice move around the. Wow. Besser heals that one timer. And the Knights are going to come back with some pace of their own. Here comes Eichel. He skates in, he shoots, and a save from Shilovs. Rims right out to Dakota Joshua. And things open up here. A shot from the circle and wide of Thompson. And now the Knights will charge back the other way with Eichel. Comes through the slot. Marchessault. And now to the other point for Haig. A shot and Hughes ran right into him. Eichel from behind the net. And now Eichel. A one-timer and a save from Shelov, still alive, trying to stuff it home. Barbashev, and Shelov is able to cover that up. And we get some extracurriculars here between Haig and Luger, it looked like. We might see a roughing or two being handed out here. As we go to our first commercial break of the period. The Knights are going to need a little bit of a shot in the arm here from somebody other than Jack Eichel, I would say. Oh, I can't believe I've nursed this cider the whole time. Your parents make you watch WWE? That's interesting. Yeah, there are more people who watch that than I would have expected. I myself, I've never watched it, but it's like, look, if somebody said, "Hey, we're having a party at my place. We're going to watch WrestleMania and enjoy some delicious grilled meats and beverages," I'd be like, "All right, I'll come watch that. That sounds like fun." Although that documentary series Behind the Ring or Dark Side of the Ring, that's actually pretty damn good. I do enjoy that. Let's see what games we have on tomorrow. We're probably going to have a lot more than we did tonight. How about that, guys? Let's take a look at the schedule. We got 13 games tomorrow. My God. Take a look at this, guys. We've got, boom, right off the bat, Hurricanes and Bruins, a potential Eastern Conference final matchup. So, boom. Capitals and Red Wings. We talk about that playoff race. Huge matchup for both teams. We've got, let's see what else we got. Rangers and Islanders, which could possibly be a first round preview if the Islanders were to make the second wild card. Predators and Jets, a couple of playoff teams. And of course, that big one down below, Flames and Sharks, baby. And by the way, there was no penalty, no roughing or anything like that after that last little scrum there. Oh, excuse me. And now Hertl against Hronik. We'll see if he gets shoved off the puck here. No, just because Hronik was coming for him the whole game. But I've liked Hertl's game. I actually have. I think he's He's been integrated effectively here. Hughes and some traffic in front of the net there, but a block in front. Now Besser, he shoots and blocked by Theodore. Stevenson the other way with Amadio. Amadio's going to advance this deep while the Knights change up. The fourth line came out there for Vegas. By the way, Carrier is, I believe, on LTIR, right? Theodore flips it all the way into the corner. Martinez. And now from center ice, White Cloud around the net. Luger, a popped up puck. Around the net for Mantha. Skates it out to the point. Backhands it for White Cloud. A shot that gets blocked. Mikheyev finally able to clear this. Golden Knights still looking for their 20th shot on goal. David, what's going on? The game's too close to call, but with things looking a little bit better for the Canucks so far in the third period. So far, yeah. It's been an intense game. But have the Vancouver Canucks done enough to secure this victory? Not quite yet. All right. Now Susie looking for a teammate up ahead, and we'll get an icing here with 11:18 remaining. It's actually my birthday, 11:18. Skadoosh. Elizabeth, what's going on? Hey, you should want the Canucks to lose, but you just. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody call the Knights the Golden Girls, which then again, it's kind of like it's almost kind of a compliment. A classic show, no doubt. By the way, how are you feeling about the Oilers? I don't know. Good thing you came to the stream right now, but honestly, I just don't know if I feel like they're going to be making a deep run. I don't know. Maybe I haven't paid enough attention recently. I mean, we know with the playoffs that Draisaitl is going to go beast mode, right? Garland getting around the net, hands it off, and a save by Thompson, covering up the 5-hole there on that bid from I couldn't see who it was. I think it was Joshua. Yeah, because Garland's out there as well. Now Eichel in the corner. Good job by Myers to tie him up. A shot toward the net, steered aside by Shelovs. And now Ian Cole. Oh, Podkolzin. Oh, I didn't even know that dude had played in any games for the Canucks this year. I haven't heard his name in forever. Barbashev. He's actually had a quiet night tonight, too, for the most part. And I like Barbashev quite a bit. How's the game going so far, John? Very intense, almost playoff-like game. It's been a very good contest, but the Canucks are starting to weather, or not. I've been saying weather the storm way too much recently. They've been able to clamp down pretty well defensively, except for off the turnover. The Knights almost had a good chance there. They keep shooting themselves in the foot, they say. Oh, is that right? Moss, how we doing, Moss Sports World? Good to have you here. And a very good game, too. And yeah, we're going to be doing some streams during the playoffs. I hope that we get our audience up because that's what I need. I need the viewers to come in, so then that way, we need to keep the lights on with the channel. So the more viewers we can get for our playoff streams, the better for me. But I do plan to at least start the postseason with some streams there. And on April 19th, we're going to do a stream where we predict the playoffs. It's going to be really early. It's going to be 8 a.m. Pacific time, just because the regular season ends 2 days before the playoffs start. The Leafs game and the basketball, yeah, congrats to UConn and Toronto getting another 2 points. They might catch the Panthers. They could. Toontown. I've never been to Saskatchewan. Knights are going to get a power play. Oh, really? I don't think I heard that from the broadcast. Either that, or I was just blabbering like always. Hey, Cortana. Here. I I I honestly don't know Riley. I'd like to meet a sumo wrestler. That's probably who I'd like to meet. Um, Blades versus Rebels, second round. Red Deer, underrated logo. All right, here we go. Cortana, no look. Here we go. Oh, she dropped that one. Whether the Leafs catch the Panthers or fall short, they at least warded off the Lightning for at least one more game remaining in third. Yeah, I mean the Leafs or the Lightning are not going to catch the Leafs either. You know what? I noticed something not too long ago. I've only been to a handful of NHL arenas, but for the ones I've been to, like going on the road to like Boston, Carolina, Nashville, and Tampa, every time I've gone, the home team has won the game. So I'm just saying, if your team's in the playoffs and you want to sponsor my trip out there, I might be able to bring you a big time dub. Uh, Toonami, right on. Well, I remember those good old days back in like 2000, 2001. Dog is going in. Yep, all in. Here, let's give her another one for you, huh? Bolts. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a Vegas power play, and they're going to start from their own end here. Here we go. Ready? One, two. There it is, like clockwork. Saying it could be Bruins versus Lightning. Oh, very possibly. That's if the playoffs started today, that would be the first round. And I know the Bruins have had a good season. I know they're going to be pissed, extra angry based on what happened last year, but the Lightning have been pretty freaking scorching recently. Stevenson looking for somebody around the net, but Zadorov's the first one there. Hertl giving him a little bit of a shove and slapped down by the Canucks, and the puck angrily caroms off the backboards. Oh, hey, Humraj, how you doing, man? Hope you're getting excited for the playoffs. The question is, who do you want to face? The Kings, the Knights? Do you win the division and take on the Predators? Like, what's going to happen there? Split screen treats. Absolutely, dog's best friend. Yeah, Cortana always gets her own camera. And the Knight's able to gain the zone, but Myers, ooh, a shove there from Susie around the net for March or so. From the point, Theodore into the skate of Eichel with the 2 goals tonight for Vegas. Good pressure at the top of the zone by the Canucks. They're going to clear it down. Final 20 seconds left on this power play. Collected by Shea Theodore. And with some speed, he gains the Vancouver zone. Hands it off. Barbashev, top of the slot. Shot and a save by Shelovs. Nobody in front there. No expectations, super much. Yeah. I just don't know if it's their year. I know that they've responded so well with Knobloch as their head coach. But really, is there a team in the West who's that much better than Edmonton? If in it, you might say Dallas based on their recent encounter, but I don't know. I don't trust Dallas completely. How's she loves? He's looked better as the game has gone by. When will Demko be back? I'm not entirely sure, but somebody said that he's not going to be rushed back. Like it's not urgent to bring him back onto the ice. They want him healthy for the playoffs. We're back to full strength, by the way. Yeah. Are we going to another commercial break? We might be. 28-21. The shots favor the Canucks with 7 minutes and 3 seconds left. If either the Canucks or Oilers want to win the cup, you're not complaining. Neither am I. That sounds pretty fun to me. God darn. Vancouver is long overdue. Like I said, Shilovs has looked pretty sharp. And now from center ice, Hughes will regroup. Send it around the net past Martinez. Hertl. And bumped by Pedersen. Still alive for a moment there, but deflected out of play. Down to 6:34 now. uh, I'm sorry, Riley. I just don't think I'm gonna have time to do that, honestly. Especially now that we're hitting the playoffs, man. I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun, but I don't wanna give you a I don't wanna make a promise I can't keep. And now from behind the net, here comes Hannafin. Feeds it ahead for Marchessault. Steered back into the zone by the Canucks. Egg takes a hit. Marchessault. And at center ice, a contested puck, and Haig is going to dump this down. Uh, no Canadian team has appeared in a cup final except for the Habs since the Canucks in 2011. And don't forget, there was the absolutely improbable run by the Oilers back in 06, where they were an 8 seed and went all the way to game 7. Miller winning this face-off. And the Flames in 04, yeah, a game 7 away. And by what, inches? All right. Yeah, Moss Sports. I made a video, I think at the end of last year, the calendar year, where roasted I roasted like fans and I roasted, teams. And I was like, for Calgary, I said like there's nobody's job that I envy. Or no, actually that was maybe in another video. But I was just like, all right, Calgary, Martin St. Louis. Okay, next team. Because of course he had started his career there and then scored that winner in game 6, which sent it to game 7 for the Lightning. Pedersen and a save by Thompson. As we get down to 4:35, Pedersen, a shot and blocked off the stick of Hughes. Let him go for nothing. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy to think the Flames had him. They had Brett Hull at one point. Right. Anything goes in the first round. Yeah, absolutely. We just look at last year. Down to 4 minutes. Amadi on the wing. And a good defensive back check there from Zadorov. Garland trying to pry that away from Hertl. Miller. Hertl on the aggressive back check. Comes up with the puck, but out of the zone. And he'll fire one scooped up into the trapper by Shilovs. We go to the final commercial break, under 4 minutes left here, and the Golden Knights will need to pressure in a manner that we have yet to see. So is holding no longer a penalty? Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go back to what you're referring to. Then the Canes crashed into Dwayne Rollison. Yeah, Rollison was on a hell of a run. Your parents still don't like to talk about that? Oh boy, man, that would have been. I mean, we talk about the 2012 Kings, them being an 8 seed and winning the Stanley Cup, for the only team to ever do that. But like Edmonton had, apart from like Rollison, I mean this in a way to compliment them. On paper, especially, they had no right being anywhere near the Stanley Cup, but absolutely earned it, and they were just relentless because they didn't have a single star in that forward group, and then of course they had brought in Chris Pronger, who made a pretty big difference on their in their defensive group. When I, a Tampa native, found out that Marty started in Calgary and beat his old team in the Stanley Cup final, it's amazing and hilarious. Yeah, yeah. I think that was probably the best part of that video that I made, the roasting video, because I was just like, all I had to do for the Calgary fans was say Martin's in Louis. I'll pay them a visit at one point. At some point, they're not too far away from me by car, even though I'm in the states. Had so much roster turnover this season. Yeah, exactly, and I hope so too, man. It's been a hard fall for them. Ryan Smith. Shoot, I can't even name that many players from their forward group. They had Sean Horkoff. They didn't have Dustin Penner, did they? Oilers cooked them, yeah, and it didn't look like that after that first game. What was it, like 9-6 or something like that? All right, is that Hertl in the circle? No, it's Eichel, and controlled by from behind the net by Myers for a moment. And Marchessault doesn't care how much shorter he is. Boy, he plays much above his weight. And now the Knights really going to work against Vancouver here as they try to get the clear, or as Vancouver tries to get the clear. Miller, lots of pressure here. Finally sent outside the zone. The Oilers had Dustin Penner. Okay. After Pronger. Oh, after he went to the Ducks. Got it. Zadorov around the Golden Knights net. Scooped up by Carlson. Is Stone coming back for the playoffs? I mean, I'm just under the assumption he is, but I haven't seen a significant update on that. Uh, any Knights fans, feel free to chime in here. Now Besser, and he gets met immediately by a defender or a forechecker here, and Carlson around the net for Dorofeev. A shot and a pad save by Shilovs. Pedersen, nice job shielding that away from Mantha. Mantha's still kind of hanging out by the net. We'll see what happens here. A shot from the point or a pass that goes around the net for Mantha. Vancouver maybe a little bit tired. Dorofeev had a chance to stuff one home, but the pass went into his skates. Mantha, the Mantha Ray, off the skate of Pedersen, facing some danger, trying to move it up, but the Golden Knights seal things off from the wall. 4 of them out there, right by the boards, and the puck pops out of the zone. Now Mikheyev working against Carlson as we get to 2 minutes left here in regulation. Golden Knights would be able to make a move up in the standings with the 2 points. And we get a puck out of play here with 1:55 left. At least Tree Living admitted the Manta Ray. Yeah, nobody calls him the Manta Ray. It was his time to go. God, he left a mess there. But Craig Conroy, he's doing what he can. I'll credit him. That trade set them back by a few years. Yeah, yeah. Uyghur's been actually, his contract was an affordable one. So then again, so are the Lightning. Actually, well, by points percentage, they actually have a 0.001 lead over the Kings. But yeah, basically they're a wild card. Yeah, the Knights are emptying their net. They're stuck on just 23 shots in this game. Hi, Cortana. Hold tight, girl. When we're done with this game, we're going to snuggle. Okay? You want to snuggle with me? All right, face off down in the Vancouver zone, controlled by the Knights. Hertl, I think, won that draw. Here's at the top of the circle, Eichel. Out there with Hannafin, Marchessault, Hertl, who feeds it from behind the net. At the goal line, Eichel looking for somebody out in front. They got all kinds of bodies toward the net. Kept in at the point by Hannafin. Hertl, good job touching that over to Marchessault. Out to the point now for Hannafin. Eichel at the top and blocked in front and cleared down off. Oh, this could trickle toward the empty net and just a skosh wide as the Canucks have iced the puck with 1:20 left. Wait, what about Ducharme? He's found a coaching job with a contending team. Oh, wait, where's that? All right, Elizabeth. I'll do my best. Here we go. 1:20 left. Hill hasn't been the same since he came back from injury. I mean, that's not the only time we've said that in his career. I mean, that's why the Sharks traded him to Vegas, really. All right. Hertl wins that against Miller. Couple of good faceoff wins for Tomas Hertl. A shot, and I don't know if Shilov's got a piece of that, but that went out of play. So we're down to a minute 14 remaining. Still the same personnel for the Knights. Hertl in the circle. Eichel, Marchessault, Stevenson, Hannafin, and William Karlsson. Hertl again winning the faceoff. Nice job, Tommy. Hannafin, one-timer! And that goes a little wide of the net. Chopped at by Pettersson and barely cleared. And actually, they're going to say it was a hand pass. Now you know how I felt seeing Saad sign and play for the Blues. Yo, how come you guys can't beat my Sharks? What the hell happened? Yeah, no problem, Chance man. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back again soon. We'll be predicting the playoffs as a community on April 19th. Really early though. It's going to be 11 Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific because we don't have very much time until the playoffs start between that and the regular season ending. Oh, the Ducharme's with the Knights. I had no idea. All right, Hannafin. Golden Knights have to gain the zone. Setting up the forecheck. Eichel crashing in. Out to Marchessault. He's got a man in front. Oh my god. The lane was there, and the pass was just on the wrong side of the player. Otherwise, that is a open freaking net. We're down to 35 seconds. The Knights have to regain the zone. Eichel sends it in behind the net. Marchessault trying to keep the possession alive. Now Besser hemmed in and able to dump that down the ice, but that's going to go for icing with now probably the clock's going to reset, but it's going to be about 17 seconds left. The Blues had some bad games against San Jose. Yeah, I have no idea where that came from. All right, thanks, David. Yeah, Hertl again, man. Good. It's been a good debut for Hertl. Hennepin and gets blocked in front. A chance cross seam. Somebody in the slot. Final seconds here. 3 seconds. And off of a final shot from Hertl that gets turned aside by Shelovs, who had a very good night. The Vancouver Canucks have triumphed 4-3 and get the 2 points over the Vegas Golden Knights in Tomas Hertl's debut. Hertl, good game, man. Those face-off wins at the end, you got to be happy if you're a Knights fan with that specifically. And he did some other things offensively. He got in the goaltender's eyes very well too, and picked up a point. So Hertl, I honestly don't think he could have had much of a better debut. He played a very good game. I know he was on the ice. Somebody said he was on the ice for a couple of goals, but those were on the penalty kill, I think. All right, here we go. I don't know how this will travel. Cortana catch. Whoop. Oh, there's Cortana. I know some people have to go, but make sure you leave a like for Cortana before you go. Actually, hell, you know the other thing you could do for Cortana is check this out. I know I plugged this toward the beginning of the stream, but don't forget, guys, we have a relaunched merch store with Cortana's face on everything, from dog shirts to kids' tees and toddlers' tees to hoodies to pint glasses, and it's been recolored in every team's color scheme. So no matter who you cheer for, even if you're a Nordiques or Golden Seals or Mighty Ducks fan, you can find Cortana in the Twisted Wrister merch store here. Check it out. I'll put a link here in the chat here. That's the good old Twisted Wrister merch store. Support the channel and cheer on your favorite team in the playoffs, or find another team to cheer for because it's got Cortana's face on it. So you would enjoy that by quite a bit. But yeah, like I said, we've got drinkware, we've got coffee mugs, and we've got pint glasses and all that good stuff. So there you go. Have a shop. Go check it out. Yeah, John, we're going full Cortana because, like you guys, she is the heart and soul of Twisted Wrister Hockey. And again, we'll be back. We'll be back with predicting the playoffs on April 19th, early morning stream, 8 a.m. Pacific time. So stick around for that. We'll have more content for you to enjoy, especially during the postseason. We need all of you Twisters here to make things possible to keep the lights on here in our studio and hopefully enjoy another great postseason. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to bounce out now to chill out, and you have a great evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much, everybody.